August 20th. Most of us say Baba is our support, but when something actually happens, we often turn everywhere else first. Today's Murli asks us to notice where we instinctively go for reassurance, how our desires shape our direction, and why a stronger connection with Baba naturally weakens distraction. The deeper message is simple. When the heart knows where to return, everything else begins to fall into place. The first teaching Baba gives us today is when Baba becomes your foundation, you stop looking elsewhere for what only he can give. Baba speaks today about having one Father and none other. He contrasts this with forms of devotion where the intellect may hold more than one spiritual figure in its awareness, perhaps a guru or teacher, while also remembering God beyond them. Baba's point is about singularity, one direction, one source, one relationship at the center. However, our attention can become divided very easily. We may say, Baba is my support. There is nothing wrong with wanting support from other people. The difference is whether we appreciate that support or whether our peace has become dependent on receiving it. Because when another person has to behave a certain way for us to feel secure, we have quietly handed them responsibility for our inner state. Think about a compass with two norths. It wouldn't matter how strongly the needle tried to point. If there were two competing directions, it could never give us a completely clear course. We can genuinely love Baba and still forget to turn to him first. Something happens. We feel hurt, worried, confused, or we desperately want something to work out. And almost automatically we reach for the phone. We call someone. We send a message. We explain the situation. We ask what they think. We look for reassurance. There is nothing wrong with talking to people or asking for advice, but Baba is asking us to notice something. Before I go everywhere else, do I come to him? Do I become quiet for a moment and say, Baba, this is what has happened. This is what I'm feeling. Help me see this clearly. Perhaps that is what making Baba our one spiritual support looks like in everyday life. It doesn't mean we stop turning to people. It means Baba becomes our first inner turning point rather than our last resort. We connect with him first, settle ourselves, and then if we need advice or support from someone, we seek it from a much steadier place. Perhaps this is what Baba is really asking us to notice. Not how strongly we say we love him, but where we turn first when we feel unsettled. One Baba and none other doesn't mean we stop loving people or valuing their support. It simply means they are not carrying the responsibility for our inner peace. We can love deeply, ask for help, and stay connected to others, while knowing that our deepest stability comes from Baba. And when that becomes clear, our relationships actually become lighter, because we can love people for who they are without needing them to hold us together. The second teaching Baba gives us today is what you desire is quietly shaping who you become. We often think the spiritual goal is to have no desires at all, but Baba makes a distinction. Some desires pull us away from purity, others take us closer to it. So perhaps the more useful question isn't, do I have desires? It is, what are my desires gradually making me become? We can want recognition, approval, comfort, attention, to be right, to have things go our way. None of these desires necessarily announce themselves loudly, but they can quietly begin influencing our decisions. And Baba gives us something much simpler to place at the center, the desire to become clean within, clean in our intentions, clean in our thoughts, clean in the way we treat other people, and clean enough that we don't need to hide from ourselves when we fall short. Because Baba also points to something very human. Sometimes the mistake itself isn't what keeps us stuck. It's what we do after the mistake. We justify it, minimize it, hide it, or convince ourselves that it wasn't really a problem. Think about breaking a commitment you've made to yourself. The healthiest response is, I slipped. Why did that happen? What can I learn from it? Now, the mistake can actually teach us something. But if instead we spend our energy pretending it didn't happen, or finding reasons why it wasn't really our fault, we protect the very pattern we're trying to change. And perhaps that's why honesty is so important in spiritual growth. Baba isn't asking us to pretend we're already perfect. He's asking us to be truthful enough to keep becoming. So when a desire appears, we can simply ask, where will this take me? And when we fall short, can I look at this honestly, without hiding and without condemning myself? Because a mistake we are willing to see can be corrected. But what we continually hide from ourselves, we also prevent ourselves from changing. The third teaching Baba gives us is, the stronger your connection with Baba becomes, the less power distractions have over you. Today's blessing speaks about having a loving intellect, experiencing the beloved as personally present, and remaining so connected that nothing else is able to occupy that same inner space. We often try to deal with distraction by fighting the distraction itself. We tell ourselves, don't think about that. Stop getting pulled into this. I shouldn't be affected by them. But that can become exhausting because our attention is still centered on the very thing we're trying not to think about. Baba offers another approach. Strengthen the connection instead. Think about what happens when you're deeply absorbed in something you genuinely love. Perhaps you're working on something meaningful, having a wonderful conversation, or completely immersed in creating something. You don't have to keep telling yourself, don't get distracted. Other things simply become less interesting because your attention is already full. Perhaps remembrance can gradually become like that. Instead of spending all our effort trying to eliminate every waste, thought, attachment, or distraction individually, we deepen the relationship with Baba. We speak to him, remember him throughout the day, bring him into ordinary moments, and gradually the mind has somewhere it wants to return. That's very different from forcing it to behave. The blessing isn't describing a soul constantly wrestling with itself. It describes someone whose love has become so established that competing attractions simply have less room to take hold. And perhaps this connects beautifully with the first teaching too. One Baba and none other isn't achieved merely by removing everything else. It happens by making the one relationship deeper, because when the heart becomes genuinely full, letting go begins to require less effort. Not because the world has disappeared, but because something within us has become more compelling than what used to distract us. 3 daily practices. 1. Turn to Baba first. When something unsettles you today, resist the instinct to immediately reach for your phone or someone else's reassurance. Take 1 quiet minute first. Baba, this is what's happening. Help me see it clearly. You can still ask others for advice. The practice is simply to make Baba your first inner turning point, not your last resort. 2. Check the direction of one desire. When you notice yourself strongly wanting something today, ask, where is this desire taking me? Is it making you more peaceful, honest, and free, or more dependent, restless, or compromised? We don't need to condemn our desires. We simply need to become honest about the direction they are taking us. 3. Strengthen the connection instead of fighting the distraction. If your mind keeps being pulled towards something today, don't spend all your energy battling it. Give Baba more space instead. A few minutes of remembrance, a conversation with him, a deliberate return during the day. Sometimes the most effective way to weaken what pulls us away is to strengthen what we want to be pulled toward. Final reflection. Today's Murli brings us back to one simple question. Where does my heart naturally turn? When I need reassurance, when I want something deeply, when my attention is being pulled in different directions. Baba asks me to come back to him, not because there is no room for other people in my life, but because when my deepest connection is secure, everything else becomes lighter. I can love without depending. I can desire without losing my direction. And I can face distraction without constantly fighting myself. Perhaps one Baba and none other begins very simply, one situation at a time, one desire at a time, one return at a time, until turning to Baba no longer feels like something I have to remember to do. It simply becomes where my heart knows to go. Om Shanti.